Hello all. Now, I was just wondering, what kind of videos would you guys, the few of you, the few, but the many, in my heart, who I appreciate so much. Um, and for those who are just kind of perusing, join the few. Like, comment, subscribe, but yeah, my question to you is, what kind of stories or content would you like me to make? Um, More drug experiences. I mean, I've got plenty of those. I could go into one right after I get over this part of the queries. I could do some crazy flailing all night kind of stories, because that was a lot of my teen years. I could get into the nitty gritty of my years as a homeless heroin addict. I could get into the crazy underground shows I've been to and the metal shows I've been to, the mosh pits. Like the first real concert I went to was Judas Priest when I was 11, and I pretty much got my rib almost broken. Um, yeah, I mean, last metal show I went to, Faith No More, I got my toes stomped so hard that I shed my toenail every bloody year. But it was good times nonetheless. Now, yeah, I mean, uh, I have stories of laboring up in Alberta, and having to shoot coyotes, like, not city coyotes, but like big, scary coyotes. Actually, as a kid, too, was stalked by 6 massive, like, full-sized coyotes in Arizona. So, there's a broad array of material that I could give you. Tell me what you want. Your wish is my command. Now, today I'm going to go into one of the craziest trips I've had in a long time. Actually, 2 of the craziest trips, one after the other, that I've had in a long time. And this was on Friday. Like, see, the thing is, I really love 2CB, man. 2CB is, like, I think it's like the Rolls Royce of psychedelics. You get that, all the, like, traditional psychedelic effects, the bright neon colors. You get the patterns, the shifting, the morphing. You get the crazy kaleidoscopic closed-eye visuals, like, it's just overall, it hits all the beats as far as what I want in a psychedelic experience. Yes, you don't necessarily get that introspective mindset unless you, like, really, really focus on it, in which case it is totally possible. But since in my country, though, 2CB has a very weird scheduling. Like, it's almost like more illegal. 2cb&IM is analogs, so they're more illegal than pretty much any other psychedelic. I could be wrong about that. It could be that they're about the same, but it makes it very hard to get. So, like, I've only had one source over the last few years, and it is pure 2CB except for a little binding agent, which constitutes 3% of it. And because it's so expensive, like, it's $30 for, like 22 milligrams, essentially, I choose to boof it. And boofing, or, I just call it plunging or plugging, because that's more accurate. People think what the term boofing or bumming or whatever, that you're just taking a tablet and you're sticking it in your ass. Well, that's not exactly the case. You just dissolve it in some warm water, you suck it up in an oral syringe, pop goes the weasel, and you just push it out. It's just like really not that uncomfortable. Yeah, I've had good experiences where, like, I've been on the receiving end, catching, if you will, but I never liked that. I mean, I've never been adverse to like a girl sticking a pinky in my ass when I'm, when she's going down on me. That's fine by me. But as far as boofing goes, it's not that uncomfortable. I don't do it for any other drugs than 2CB, but makes it a hell of a lot more intense because the ROA is just about the same as like IV. And as many of you know, 2CB is apparently, I mean, I haven't done it because I've always been told, don't fucking snort it because it hurts. It hurts like mad. But yeah, I mean, I personally just wanted to save money and to make my doses last longer, so, hey, poof away. But here's the thing, like, I think I did about 19 milligrams, and boofing makes it, if anything, twice as strong, at least. Maybe 3 times as strong. Like, I know that it was a very high dose because, the 2CB it can get pretty strong for me at like 22 milligrams oral, but like definitely not overwhelming, and it never makes me nauseous, no matter how much I do. And I boofed like 13 milligrams, and that felt probably like over 30 oral. And I've never gotten nauseous, but a lot of people do, and I know this was just way too much because once I did it, I started hurling like crazy, like almost immediately, and then it just bang hit me, and that's what they say. It's like synthesized from the structure of mescaline. Something I've never done. If you know where I get mescaline, let me know. But yeah, like mescaline, I've heard, like you start tripping once you puke, pretty much. Once you do the purge. Yeah, so I was tripping really, really hard. And the thing is, I had also done an intramuscular injection of ketamine. Now, I'm not advising anyone to go out and fuck with needles because it's really easy to like get an infection. It's not easy, but it's easy to fuck up what you're doing. I'll put it that way. And you are running the risk of getting an infection because I was an IV user of certain drugs. I know what I'm doing when it comes to like IM and ketamine. It's also not necessarily an unsafe thing if you know what you're doing. If you sanitize, if you use clean rigs, so on and so forth. Just, basic harm reduction mentality. But it's like a very different experience with ketamine. It makes it much stronger. Like, a lot stronger. You're pretty much guaranteed to KO at just about any dose doing that. And it doesn't hit you like IV ketamine, which is just something I do not recommend at all because like it hits you so fast that people will pass out with a needle in their arm. Yeah, don't do that. But IM ketamine was a different thing because it gives you about 2 minutes before it kicks in. You just kind of hear this and then boom. Like I have weird experiences sometimes when it hits me. Like I remember a couple times this night that I did it. Like the first time I did it, I felt like I got flung on a springboard, like through a bunch of walls that were stacked like playing cards. Like it was almost like a salvia type thing. It was weird. And then I remember one time I got up and I looked at my bed and I saw the bed flash between like my old room and that room, my old room, that room, my old room, that room. And mind you, I moved out of my old house like many months ago. But I did it like in a matter of seconds. It was very strange. But so doing that, needless to say, made it a lot more intense too. But yeah, so I was just chilling by myself. So I watched the new Jim Cummins movie, and if you don't know, Jim Cummins is an absolute genius of just character acting, character writing, filmmaking. You know, he writes, produces, directs. I don't know if he edits, but acts and stars in all his films, and he's a total spaz. I absolutely love him. And his new one was with a werewolf. I believe it was also Robert Forster's a great actor. His last movie. And yeah, no, like the thing is though, the visuals though, like by the time I started the movie, like it's a good thing I had the movie started before they hit me, or before these two things hit me, the ketamine and the 2cb, because I probably wouldn't have been able to start it myself. But like all I had to do is like hit the keyboard, like and just collapse on my bed. And yeah, no, I had a riot. Like, as you know, one thing you may notice about 2cb if you've done it is you can laugh your fucking ass off regardless of what's happening. But I was having visuals that were so intense I could barely see. Like I could see little slits like that of the TV, and everything else is like these kind of square, bricky type patterns that are just getting longer. It was really like being in the belly of a psychedelic cyclone. It was insane, but I thought it was so cool. And the nice thing about 2cb is even at that dose, I didn't have any negative headspace going on. Like I still felt like I could think and everything, and even the ketamine. Like once the ketamine wore off, I could definitely think a lot more. But the visuals are still very intense. Like my God, like yeah, the tracers were so weird. Like they were like giant halos over everything, and then I'd look kind of to the side, and or just any like gyration in my head. I would see the tracers going around, and like following my vision essentially, and they were very bright, and like there were it looked like kind of, oh God, kind of like the robots in the Matrix, like when they're out of the Matrix and they see the robots and they have that squid-like appearance. Like there's almost like these versions of that were just swooping down through my ceiling at me. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like, oh man, I was like this close from completely breaking through, because I could, as I said, still see these little slits in my vision of what's around me, maybe just like 3 of them. But so, I mean, you could even call that breaking through if you want, but it didn't feel like I was completely somewhere else, but it was just like everything was consumed by huge, constantly changing visuals. And yeah, that was actually really fun. I enjoyed that, oddly enough. I mean, I still think that's like more than I needed to do, because I would have enjoyed myself at a lower dose too and been a little bit more functional, but oddly enough, that was not the scary trip, or the scary part of this night anyways. The scary part was, because this is the thing, another reason why I know the 2cb lasted as long as it did is because, was my ADD brain, the reason I know the 2cb was way more than something like 35 or 40 milligrams, was because it lasted 3 times as long as it was supposed to. 2cb is supposed to last 4 hours. This lasted near 12 hours. So needless to say, by the time it was done, it was about 5 in the morning. And my thing that I like to do after a night of partying, this is usually when I'm out and about, I come back and I'll just dome about 2 points of ketamine, so like 2 big lines, and just sometimes I'll pop clonazepam and just pass the fuck out. But yeah, no. I didn't have very much left, so what I did have was like 1 point, which if you IM that is a lot. That is a pretty high dose. That is a very intense dose. That is oftentimes a dose that you won't even remember happening. You'll just, because you pretty much anesthetize yourself. And that's the thing, I should have known this because I've done it to myself before. It's not fun because anesthetizing yourself means you're basically like under, like you're like, you can't move at all. And you think, well, I mean, you can think of a variety of weird things, but like what I was thinking this time was, I mean, it's hard to explain. Like at first, I remember seeing like the doors to my closet just blow off, and it was like I had this sense of like the universe ending, and like everything was just swirling around into this vortex, and this vortex was taking all the light, the color out of everything, and I came to this place where there's nothing but like black and white, and I don't know, I felt like I was one or the other, but like I couldn't tell which. And I was just swirling around this vortex, kind of like a sink drain almost, but just not going inside it, just continuing to swirl around and around and around. And I had this feeling like, fuck, the universe is over, there's nothing left but dark and black and white. That's it. So we're gonna have to spend eternity just orbiting this vortex with nothing but black and white to keep us company. And there's like, no, this is like the worst fate ever. Ah, no! And then I came out of it, and it turns out I was just like anesthetized. When I came out of it, I was like, ugh. I can kind of move my arms like, oh god, oh no, oh I'm back, what the fuck, I'm back, oh thank you, like feeling everything around me, like my cat, like, are you real, like, come here kitty, please, oh my god, I love you kitty, like, oh, it was so intense, man, and like, I was so scared. I don't know, like, there's a thing about ketamine, like, I kind of got this feeling towards the end of my 3 years of doing it nearly on a daily basis, and intramuscular, high doses, so anesthetizing myself just about constantly, like, that ketamine it felt like it could have a mean spirit occasionally, like, it'd be a mean joker, like, it would be like, haha, everything is ended, and the world is ended, and this is your fate. Ha ha ha, like I remember once that said my fate was me building this machine shed that I built up in Alberta 10,000 times 10,000 times. And I was like, what? Because that was like one of the most grueling jobs I ever did. It took an entire summer. I mean, it should have taken longer, but like we actually made pretty quick work of it despite how like insanely difficult it was. And I was like, what? No, what the fuck? Because, like, you know, I had experienced ego death. I thought I was dead and all this shit. And but then it was like, ha ha ha, just joking. And then I woke up. I was in an anesthetized state and was like, oh, what the fuck? Fuck you, ketamine. I mean, it's probably, as I say, I don't believe in spirits or anything in drugs. I think this is really just my subconscious being like, you know what, buddy, you've ignored me for long enough. Fuck you. But yeah, that was scary. The 2CB on the other hand was fucking awesome. Even though that was like way too much, I still had a good time. Anyways, that is the gist of my last trip. So enjoy. That was definitely one of the more intense trips I've had, especially the second one. Oh boy, scary, scary, scary shit. But anyways, I mean, I'm still here. I still see it as a night that was totally worth it. Would I am a point of ketamine, 100 milligrams of ketamine again? Probably not. I don't think I need to be that fucked up. Um, at some point in my life, I want to do 5-MeO DMT again. I think I did break through on that before, but I didn't have the white light, like, coming to the source of existence, the Brahma heart, God, becoming everything at once sort of experience. I also don't necessarily crave those, like, super intense, like, everything is just destroyed around you kind of thing. Like, I like DMT breakthroughs, even though they can be a little too intense sometimes. But at least there's a lot going on there, and it's not like, oh, you're never coming back. I mean, I'm sure people have had that experience with DMT, but I mean, otherwise it's not too terrible. Like, compared to stuff like, the power, the 5-MeO DMT, or say salvia. I've had salvia trips, and they are scary. They're beyond scary, and it's confusing and disorienting, and like something happened in the universe to make it glitch, and you are stuck in this glitch kind of thing. I can share my salvia experiences. I only have 2 of them where I broke through. As I did as a teenager. Excuse me. And it was one after the other, and they were both like some of the weirdest, most petrifying trips I have had. And I can share those with you if you want. Let me know. Anyways, this is the synthetic not so spiritual shaman, and I am fucking off for today. Good day.